Hi, good morning. This is Rick Gleason and Don King coming to you from the heartbeat of worker health and safety at the University of Washington. And we're coming to you from the Region 10 OSHA Training Center. We cover Washington, Alaska, Oregon, and Idaho. And Don, can you tell us about our special guests that we have today?
Yes, I had the good fortune of running into a gentleman at the N125 job site one day that works for Malcom Drilling, and he was kind enough to refer me to John Roe, who is senior vice president for Malcom Drilling out of San Francisco. And Mr. Rowe has a engineering degree, civil engineering degree out of San Jose State, and he's a registered PE in California. Uh, he has 42 years of solid background in heavy and civil underground construction. So when you talk about safety and hazards and what can happen, I think John is going to have some great information to pass on to us what goes on in that area. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. John Roe from Malcom Drilling Company. John, good morning.
Morning. So briefly, I wanted to talk about Malcom Drilling Company. We are primarily a subcontractor, and we work in the area of foundation drilling. We work throughout the United States and Canada, and I wanted to talk today about pre-job startup that Malcom has employed throughout its company. And the keys that I want to focus on is planning, and more planning.
Well, we want to hear from you on how planning can affect safety on the job site, John. So this is great. Hey, so keep going.
Okay, so we developed what we call a project-specific binder that is prepared by project managers specifically for use by superintendents and safety personnel on our projects. And it's mandated that this be prepared for big and small jobs, every job that Malcom does. In coordination with that preparation for starting the job, there must be a meeting between the superintendent and project manager, district managers, and safety personnel, so that we're all on the same page when it comes to this specific project. When we've developed sets of checklists that have to be filled out, everybody needs to understand with regard primarily to how we're going to begin the project. And that includes a safety inspection and assessment checklist, a utility location and damage prevention checklist, a quality control standard and responsibility checklist. Since Malcom is in the foundation business, everything is underground. A lot of things are unknown. We need to plan as to what might occur. And it's the project manager's responsibility to convey all this information onto a superintendent so he's prepared to do his work quality-wise and safety-wise. So included in this binder, with regard to safety, is a checklist that would involve one-call notifications, updates, what they've looked at in the site beforehand, gone around the site, pulled things like manholes, looking at adjacent structures, overhead hazards, At the same time, they go through specific work requirements that Malcolm's going to be doing on this project, and we do many on some of our projects, and we develop specific job hazard analysis for each one of our operations, and those have to be gone over in detail so everybody understands what's going on. That also relates to our quality, because we don't want to do things twice. And it also comes down to housekeeping. We want to have a safe, very clean site, because to me that means that by doing that, our superintendents are safe. So we pride ourselves on good housekeeping, quality work in a safe manner.
So, John, tell me, obviously, in our world of construction, we talk about, you mentioned that you get the underground wiring and you do your call up on that. How often do you experience, even with all these precautions, still hitting underground lines and things?
It happens.
Uh-huh.
More often than not.
Yeah.
And the problem is that utility owners don't know exactly where their utilities are.
Right.
And we have difficulty, particularly with, I don't know if you're familiar with earth retention systems, but we install things called tiebacks.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
they're lateral drilled, small diameter
Yeah. Hold the foundation.
elements. And if we don't know exactly where the utilities are, we can encounter them.
Yeah. Even with that, even with all the sophisticated ground materials available to detect them, to detect underground.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
We pride ourselves on being very proactive in trying to locate those. We demand that when our designers prepare earth retention drawings, that they have copies of the civil plans, they have copies of the available utility plans, such as sewer cards, which is used quite a bit in the Northwest in Seattle. They take all that information and try to look for conflicts.
Yeah.
And I think we do a good job in trying to point out those conflicts ahead of time.
Yes.
However, there are a lot of utilities out there that even the utility owners don't know that they exist.
Yes. Yeah. Now, is it still written in your contracts? Have you folks been able to write out that if you hit one that's not identified, that's not on you?
Yes, that is in our contracts.
Okay.
We require that the general contractor pothole any utility that we know about
Right.
if we're within 4 feet of it.
Perfect.
And but if we're doing tiebacks that are down 100 feet
Right.
in the ground,
Yeah.
it makes it somewhat difficult.
John, could you explain to me, when you folks have a JHA, do you do pre-task planning with your smaller groups on a job site, or do they just work through a JHA?
We do both.
Okay.
Something that we just implemented, which I pride myself on, and it came from people in the southeast. We've now mandated that every job site have a whiteboard. And this whiteboard is about 8 feet across, about 6 foot high. And on that, they're to indicate who's working each day,
Yeah.
what the tasks are that day, what the safety hazards are that day, what our goals are that day. And this has gone over in the toolbox meeting. So every morning, they review this board.
Yeah.
And everybody has to sign it. And then I take a picture of it. It's what we call we've got a program called Note Ball.
Called what?
Which is a
Called what?
Ball. Notebault. Note Ball.
Oh, okay.
It's a app that's on our cell phones. They can take pictures of it and they can talk into the cell phone. And so then we have a documentation of what we did that day. Take a picture of the whiteboard.
Yes.
And during the day, if anybody has any comments, any complaints as far as safety, they can write on it. And it can be, you put your name on it, or if you don't want to put your name on it, you see a safety hazard, then it gets fixed. Because they're going to see that as the day progresses.
Well, this is great. So rather than like I guess the standard of care in the industry is probably like a weekly safety meeting. So you guys are doing this. It's almost real time, and it's daily, and it's prior to that task for that day, and then you've captured it all to document it. So and it's easy. People probably pretty much like it. It's not like they're typing at their computer. You're just updating this whiteboard.
It just causes planning. People to think about what they're doing.
Yeah.
How you can do it safely.
Yeah.
And so it can go down to the simplest task or the most difficult task.
Hey, this is perfect. Hey, if you could give us one or maybe two examples, but in the last 42 years, you've seen a lot of changes, but maybe one or two just that, this is one here. Any other evolutions that you've seen in your industry that have improved safety and reduced accidents?
Well, I think the industry ourselves over the years has changed dramatically. The equipment has gotten so big. We used to be able to only drill maybe 100 feet deep, but now we're drilling shafts that are 300 plus.
Yeah.
So that just the magnitude of the equipment, and now all the equipment is computerized, and because of that, we have to even think more about safety and plan what we're doing. The large picks that we're doing with regard to rebar cages or steel beams, sometimes we're using 2 rigs to lift a cage. All this has to be planned much more than it had to before. And I guess I'm saying the same thing, but planning is so important in our business to keep our people safe.
And that's that's the bottom line. Oh my!
Yeah.
So this has been great to hear directly from you how you guys plan, how you implement it, on a day-to-day basis. So John, we just appreciate so much having the chance to talk with you today about this pre-planning. And Don, or any last thoughts or comments or words of wisdom for us?
Well, I think I think what we're talking about here is the use of being responsible for what you do on a job and being responsible to your employees. And I think if you have integrity, nothing else matters. And if you don't have integrity, nothing else matters. So I think Malcom is a good example of high integrity and taking responsibility for what they do out there. So
Absolutely. Well, Don, thank you. And John, thank you so much. This has been Rick Gleason and Don King coming to you from the heartbeat of worker health and safety. Our guest today has been John Roe, a registered professional engineer with Malcom Drilling. And we thank you all for coming. You can always go to our website at osha.washington.edu. And
all of you out there, stay safe, think about your family, and aloha.
I was young and feisty, never did things by the book. Just let me get my toolbox, and I'll take myself a look. I climbed up on the dozer, and with my mechanic's pride, said, "You can keep it running, friend," while I poke around inside. Shake hands with danger, meet a guy you ought to know. I used to laugh at safety, now they call me Three-Finger Joe. Though I learned a lesson, I forgot it soon enough. The nicks and burns and scratches showed the young ones I was tough. Till another morning, I was grinding on some steel. My other hand got careless and fed my skin into the wheel. Shake hands with danger, step right up and say hello. Grinding wheels and metal are what made me Three-Finger Joe. I've seen mechanics burning, and I've seen them take a fall just to save themselves a minute, and I've seen them lose it all. I've watched them courting trouble, seen them take a chance and lose. They get careless for a moment, spend a lifetime with the blues. Shake hands with danger. Shake hands with danger. Shake hands with danger. Shake hands with danger. Shake hands with danger and some friends I used to know. Compared to them, I'm lucky to be just Three-Finger Joe.